Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Darren. I hope you're all safe and well and having a good stitchy week. So today we're going to do a stitch with me. I think you can see which one it's going to be. So we're going to be working on my supersized tiger. Now hopefully I'm not going to be in the way too much with my hand, but you know me, it probably will be. So it's Mother's Day here today. So again, happy Mother's Day. Seems to be a lot of places have Mother's Day today. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. I hope you're all having a fantastic day and getting spoiled rotten. You've had your breakfast in bed and everything like that. And what you guarantee over here, it's raining. Well, it's meant to be showers on and off all day. A couple of showers come through and it's 8:45 in the morning already. So yeah, it's a nice chilly day and all. It's pretty nippy. It's about 16 degrees at the moment, I think, but it's not meant to get much higher. Already put the portable radiator on. Try to take a bit of the chill out of the house. So I'm assuming that's where two of the cats are. Still haven't managed to get my new phone holder thing ordered. I'm trying to find one similar to the one I had. I haven't found it yet. Well, I did find one, but it was like $60. I was like, yeah, I'm not paying $60 for it. Tried looking in my history of orders, because I got it off Amazon to see if I could find it. I can't find it on there, so some lorikeets hanging around the window door. So obviously they're trying to say they won't feed him. They're not getting fed just yet. So Shane's off that. Excuse me. Shane's just gone down to his mum's. And then he's taking a shopping. She wants some hanging baskets. So he's taking her to Bunnings because they've got one right near them. So he's going to take her to Bunnings and get her some hanging baskets, and then his sister's transferred him some money so you can pick something else out for her. So yeah, so the sister-in-law is still in hospital. So she's been feeling pretty bad for a couple of days. And she went to the doctors and her blood pressure was really low and her heart rate was really high. So she only went for some antibiotics because last time she felt like this, she had an infection of some kind. I don't know what kind of infection it was, but she had an infection. So they gave her some antibiotics and it cleared it up. So, but he wouldn't give her any antibiotics. He says no matter what antibiotics he gives her, it's not going to work. You need to go to hospital. So where we live, there is a hospital, but it's a very basic hospital. It doesn't have half the stuff that you would expect to find in a hospital, which is generally the case over here. There's only certain ones that have things, and then you have to go to other hospitals for other things. And so he wanted her to go to one hospital, and she's like, nah, I'm not going all the way up there. So she went to the one here, and they told her that there was only one doctor on, So she wouldn't be seen for about 3 to 4 hours. And they said, but by the sounds of it, this is what she needs. They won't be able to do it there anyway, and she'd have to go to another hospital. So Shane took her to one of the other hospitals yesterday. And they kept her in overnight. And she found Shane up this morning at, must have been about 6:45. Luckily we were up. I said that she wasn't coming home today and that she might be going for surgery. So basically, now I apologise if I say this all wrong, but she's got, is it endometriosis or whatever you call it, where your insides are sticking to each other. Well, like your womb and all that lot. I think that's how you say it. Could be wrong. So she's got that. Now she's had a couple of scans and everything. She did go in to have an exploratory surgery to see how bad things were. This was a while ago, and they said it was worse than what they thought it would be, and she'd need more invasive surgery because everything was stuck to the bowels and stuff like that, from what they could find. So anyway, she'd been for an MRI and everything so they can get a clearer picture. And she was due to go to the hospital a week on Tuesday, which was for to see the surgeon about what's what. So whether she was going to have a full hysterectomy or something. Anyway, while she was at this hospital, where she's at now, they actually found her MRI results. And they told her that it's going to be a really big surgery that she's going to need. It's not just a straightforward hysterectomy. So, from what I understand, one of her ovaries is stuck to her cervix. I think that's what she said. The other one is all twisted and stuck to a bowel. Her womb is stuck to a bowel. So she needs to have a big surgery to get it all removed. So they're now looking at seeing if they can get her to another hospital to do the surgery. So she wasn't allowed anything to eat from 2 o'clock this morning. So it sounds like she's ready. Well, they're gonna see about operating on her straight away. So I don't know if they are or not. With her not being allowed anything to eat. So she's not really eaten properly since Friday, I think she said. Well, she's not had anything to eat since Friday. It was about 9 o'clock, about 9 o'clock last night when they brought some food round. And it was just a sandwich. She ate half of one. She couldn't eat the other half because obviously she's not eaten for a couple of days. Anyway, she finished the other half. I think she said round about midnight last night, 11 o'clock midnight last night. And obviously because she wasn't allowed anything to eat from 2 o'clock, the nurses went and raided the kitchen for her at, I think it was about 1:30. So they made her a coffee, got some biscuits, got some crackers, so she could wolf them all down before 2 o'clock, before they had to take everything away from her. So she had nothing to eat or drink. She's still waiting for the doctor to come around to say what's happening. All she wanted was a shower. She says because of things that they've had to do and stuff like that. She just feels she really needs a shower. I put that in the wrong spot. That's to be there. So she asked the nurse if she could have a shower, and they went, yeah, of course you can. So they're sorting her out for a shower, so she's happy. So yes, now we're just gonna wait and see now. Well, I think I mentioned before about my brother. He was waiting for some test results and everything. So he got the all clear not last week, the week before. So he got the all clear, but he never told me. I had to wait till I spoke to my mum, and she says, "Oh yeah, these results have come back all clear and all this sort of stuff." Well, he never said anything. So yeah, so there was tested him for cancer, and it all come back clear. So he's happy with that. So yes, I've come down with impetigo. For those of you that don't know what impetigo is, it's open sores. So you generally get it around your nose area. It comes from your nose. I don't know how, but it comes from your nose. I get it quite often. I've had tests and there's nothing there because of how frequently I get it. They say it could be like some kind of viral or something's going off. So I've had tests and they said no, they've all come back clear. So I don't know why I keep getting it. So hence the reason I've not gone down to Shane's mum's, because with impetigo, until you start getting it treated, you're highly contagious for, I think it's 48 hours. So Shane's niece with the baby is meant to be going down. I don't know if she is or not, but she was going down there as well. So I said, I don't want to risk being around the little one if I'm having this, because we've been contagious. So I've had impetigo since I was a kid. The worst one I ever had, I don't know how I got it there, but I got it on both my elbows. Well, I do know how I got it there. I was playing out on the streets and I fell over and scuffed both my elbows, and I got impetigo in them. That one was horrible. I had to have all these dressings on my elbows and keep getting them changed, but obviously the paddings used to stick to my elbows, so I used to have to soak them to try and get the paddings off, and then you just have to rip them off, and that was painful. Oops, apologies for my phone. So yes, but ever since then I keep getting it. I get it every now and then in my nose. I don't know if it's when I get run down or anything like that. I don't know, but yeah. So yes, so I've started treating that, so I can go to it tomorrow. So yeah, all fun and games. Shane's off to see if we can find some more plants as well. And bunnings. He wants to find some loopings, because we always used to grow loopings over in the UK. So he wants to see if we can find some lupins, or some lupin seeds anyway, so you can start them off. And some delphiniums. Now we've got some seeds of delphiniums and he's already planted them, but he's impatient, so he's going to see if he can find any seedlings of delphiniums. So he's going to see if we can find any of those while there's at Bunnings. So we'll see what he comes back with. So I do have, I think I've got maybe 2 or 3 questions to get answer this week, so I'll answer those in a bit. Well, one of them I'll answer now. So last week, at the end of the station, I put on a picture of my twin at our christening. And I think it was Dawn. That's which one I was. So I was the taller of the two. I was the one on the left-hand side. Hang on, I'm going to get the picture up now so I can remember which one I am. I think I was the one on the left-hand side. The one with the most blonde hair. I had red blonde hair when I was younger. It wasn't enough white. Where's the picture? I've got that many pictures on my phone. I really do need to sort it out. Here we go. Yes, I was the one on the left. The one with the smile and the really blonde hair. My twin brother's one on the right with the grumpy looking face. So yeah, there's not much time difference between us. I'm 1 minute older. So when we were growing up, we'd take it in turns at who was going to be the tallest. I was the tallest, and he'd be the taller. Then I'd be the taller. Then he'd be the taller. I ended up being the tallest one out of the two of us. Eventually. I'll say it works. Going okay. It's a bit manic at the moment. I'll say it's coming towards the end of the tax year, so they're trying to get as much orders out as they can. So yeah. They keep changing what I'm going to be doing. 1 minute I'm doing one type of wood and cutting it one way, and then I'm doing another one, and they're marking other ones up for me to do it one way, and then they're changing how they want that one doing, and so you make your minds up. You're confusing me. So yes, sir. And then before I left work on Friday, I checked with one of the bosses, one of the many bosses, because I've nearly finished the packs of wood that I had, so they'll be done first thing Monday morning. And I said to him, just in case I finish these before any of you management come in, I says, I'm going straight onto that one. And he said, apologies if you can hear the noise. The landlord's, I don't know what he's doing, but he's got his tractor out, and I don't know what he's doing. And he says, oh yes, you may need to hold off on that one. He said, we've got some more wood coming in that I might want you to do next instead. And I was like, make your mind up. So yeah, supposedly we're meant to be getting the new saw. We're meant to be there this week. I think it's this week coming up. It's meant to be there, so we'll soon find out if that turns up or not. So I'm just nibbling out the window. Obviously I can see the landlord's house from mine. I have no idea what he's doing with the tractor. It's taken the horses away, so we had 2 horses here. But because we've not had much rain, the grass hasn't grown, so they had all the paddock we're in, and the landlord's paddock, and they've eaten all the grass. They said there's not enough grass for both of them to keep them going. So he's moved them. He's got another field or somewhere else. So he's moved them to there so that they've got grass. Once it's rained a fair bit and the grass has started growing, then they'll come back. So, but he told us he was probably going to, but he never told us he had moved them. When we come home the other day and said, we haven't seen the horses for a day or two. And I thought, he must have moved them. So yeah, so does it every time. Every time we buy carrots for horses, it takes them away. Done it several times now. So I'm assuming once we've had a fair bit of rain and the grass is growing, the horses will be back again. But again, he doesn't, half the time he doesn't tell us when he's bringing them back either. He just come home and find a horse wandering around the field. He's like, okay, they're back. So I mentioned it before. We've got a gate that comes from the road into the paddock, and then we drive down the paddock to where we are. So when the horses are here, we've got to make sure we shut the gates. When they're not here, then obviously it doesn't matter. So you get used to shutting the gate, and then he takes the horses away. Then you get used to leaving the gate open. And he brings the horses back. Crap. Run to the gate, shut the gate before the horses get out. There is a cattle grid there, but I think I mentioned this before, but I don't trust them. I know horses aren't meant to be able to get over the cattle grids, but yeah, I don't want to be the person held responsible for horses to get out, because we go onto a quite, well, it's not a main road, but it's a busy road. You get a lot of traffic down there, and that's where we get most of the idiots doing their burnouts, etc. So can't risk the horses getting out onto there, because guarantee they'll probably get hit. Put that back in the wrong spot. Right, next colour. That one I've done. I forgot to mark it off. So my brother keeps updating me with regards to the building of the mum's extension. He hasn't sent me any update this week, so I don't know if my other brother's been down or not. Because I know my other brother said he was having Sunday off this week. But I don't know if he went down there on Saturday and did any more. Because, mind you, this week I think he was only putting the concrete foundations down, so there won't be much to see anyway. And then next time we were there, we start building. So. Put my project in a bit too high up on the queues now. Never mind. And a couple of you sympathised with me with regards to last week when I mentioned about what Shane's like when shopping. So I'm totally the same as me. Get in, get out. Definitely. As I mentioned on my update video, the winner of the blue flower chat has come forward. If I only had drawn it the week before, it would have been easier. because they live in the UK as well. And I've just sent all the stuff over to the UK for, well, the other week for birthdays and giveaways and all that lot. I've got to send it all at the same time. It would have saved me some money, but never mind. So yes, I believe my niece is going to be 18 soon. So my niece over in the UK. I think it's about the 14th of June. I think that's her birthday. It's either the 14th or 16th. I always get it mixed up. So yeah, she's going to be 18. Asked my brother if they was doing anything for her. He went, well, we want to do something for her. He says, but she doesn't want a party. I was like, what? An 18-year-old who doesn't want a party? He went, yep. So he's she just wants to do something low-key with a couple of her friends. So she doesn't want a party or anything like that. So they're now trying to figure out what to do. So my brother was thinking of maybe, what do you call them, the escape rooms? Seeing if she wanted to do that. So we will see. So yeah, the only 18-year-old I know that's not interested in having a party. Mind you, I suppose I can understand why. She spent too much time in pubs as it was when she was younger, so. So yeah, she's not bothered about drinking, and she's going to be a responsible adult, maybe. Time will tell. She's finally picked out a university. She's going to Nottingham University. Her brother took her there. Oh, when did you say? Last week? The week before? Wasn't long ago anyway. To have a look around, and she really liked that that one. She's been to a couple of the universities, but this one she really liked, so she decided that's the one she's going to go to. So with that one, it's not far from where we live. It's about, I think it's about an hour's drive or something like that, from where she lives. But she's gonna stop on campus and then probably just like throughout the week and then just come home at weekends. So, because I said to her, I said, well, she could always drive there every day if it only takes like an hour or so. He said, yeah, but she can't risk it in case like accidents or whatever on the motorway. And so, well, she can always catch the train. But she's decided she's going to stop there during the week and then just come home at weekends. I was like, well, fair enough. So yeah, so she's going to be doing photography and I can't remember the other part she wanted to do. It was photography and something else. I can't remember what the other part is. I don't know if it was a business studies or something like that. So yeah, so that's what she's going to be doing. So yeah, bless her. She came down with chicken pox. And I was like, didn't she have chicken pox when she was younger? And everybody was like, yep. I said, I know some people can catch it more than once. But yeah, so she caught chicken pox. Don't know where she's got it from. So yeah, so bless her. So, but she got it just at the start of her exams. And I was like, well, they're still allowing her to do her exams. And it was like, well, yeah, she just has to be isolated from the others. But she's not allowed to go to school until, and I think he said all the spots have scabbed over. Or the scabs have come off, I can't remember. So yeah, so she can't even go to school. So at least letting her take her exams, so that's the main thing. See what results she gets on these exams. She's a little smarty. I'm guessing she'll probably get a lot of A's. The last exam she did, she got all A's and, well, A's and A pluses or whatever, then on one B plus, she would go till she got the B plus. So I hope, fingers crossed, she does really well in these ones as well. Oh, art. Art was the other one. I think photography and art, I think, is what she's doing. Because it was art that she got a B plus in, I think, and she was absolutely mortified. Apologies. Oh, that's my phone, and that is Sue. And I don't know what else. So Sue sending me some more pictures of cheetahs. So this project, Mini Top Frog, it's going to be the main project. I think that's going to get worked on this week. Well, obviously, we already worked on Mini Top Frog yesterday. This one will be today's, and see what else we can get done throughout the week, if depending on what time I get time to stitch. So I'm hoping I still get time to stitch. It just depends on Shane. The other day, when was it? Yeah, the other day I told you he got back from. That was the Monday. Didn't get back from his delivery till 5:30, and then that was the Monday. Tuesday, he didn't get back till 4 o'clock, so I had to hang around a little bit for him then. If it's only going to be a short time, then I don't mind hanging around for him. If it's going to be like a couple of hours, then no. Then Wednesday, he was late back again. Thursday, he was back on time, but we went shopping. So you know what experience we have with that one. For some reason, we didn't get back till... Normally when we go shopping, we normally get back about 6 o'clock. It was like 7 o'clock when we got back last time. I don't know why. So yes. And then, idiots are out because it's been raining. So apologies if you can hear stupid cars going past again. So yeah, and then Friday, I think, was the only day he was back really early. So, what was it? Thursday. The boss went to one place and Shane was going to another place. So they were both going in the same direction. Where the boss was going was further away than where Shane was going. So the boss's trip should have taken, well, it did take, takes about 6 hours. And the one Shane was doing was a 5-hour trip. But Shane had to stop off somewhere else to drop something off on the way. So it would have made him roughly around about the same amount of time. The boss turns up. Well, gets back. It's like, how on earth did you get back before Shane? He started laughing at me. What do you mean? I says, well, you were going to one place. He went, yeah. I says, Shane was going to somewhere closer. He went, yep. I says, but you're back before Shane. He went, yeah. He says, been an accident on the motorway. He says, and Shane probably got lost. He says, going down the back routes. He says, I think he got lost a bit going down there. And I was like, oh, right. So that's how I got back before him. Because obviously the boss has done that trip many, many times, so he knows all the back routes. So yeah, so he was back. Oh, he was back a good, I would say, 40 minutes before Shane. So I found out the other day as well. Shane never told me this. One of the other lads did it. The boss. So, I think I mentioned before, the boss is a bit impatient when it comes to doing stuff. So, the boss was driving, came to work in his ute, and he was getting ready to leave, and his eldest son, the one who does all the hiring and firing, had parked behind him. So instead of asking him to move the car so he could get out, he was doing all the, shuffling backwards and forwards and turning and what have you. So the owner was driving the ute. The boss, his son, drives a Mercedes. And the boss smashed into the Mercedes. So, how the lad was running about, he'd done some right damage to the front of the Mercedes. Anyway, that boss had actually left his car at work because he got a flat tyre. So when we got there the next day, we went and had a look, and it's like, there's not that much damage done to the car. All it's done is, it's done a deep scratch down the bonnet of the car. So obviously the ute's higher than the Mercedes. So yeah, so he's done a big scratch down the bonnet of the car, and he's taken it all the way down to through all the paintwork, put it that way, down to the fiberglass or whatever it is that it's made out of. And it's like, ooh, that's nasty. So yeah, that was life made of. The boss is not very. He's always in a hurry. The owner is always in a hurry. So I've seen him before. He was driving his other son's car, the one who does all the orders, deals with all the orders, loading and stuff like that. He drove his car and he reversed that into the front of his truck, because obviously you can't see a massive truck. He reversed it into the front of the truck. He's damaged one of the other guy's cars before. Well, actually read the car off. He was taking one of the big bins that we have at work. He was putting that out for some reason, or taking it over the road. I can't remember what he was doing. This was before I started. And he ran into the bloke's car and ripped it off. Completely demolished it with the bin. He's very impatient. Everything has to be done in a hurry, and he doesn't look what he's doing. So yeah. Mind you, it's like his new truck. I mean, they've only had the new truck now, what, a year and a half? Or something like that. The amount of damage he's done to that, most of it was all done within like the first couple of months. He's shocking. He's too impatient. I say, if you see him on the forklift, you stay away from it. Because he just rams it rams the packs of wood everywhere, and it's like, oh my god. They've got me a couple of times. He definitely should not be on a fork. That one just went in the wrong spot. There we go. This little bit, and then I'll find the questions out. The sun's finally coming out. So I did with the light on because it was so dark in here because of the rain clouds and everything. The sun's finally coming out. It was meant to be raining yesterday, and I was wondering whether I'd be able to get the washing done. Anyway, put the washing on it. And it was about 7 o'clock yesterday morning. Got it pegged out, and it took a while because it wasn't very warm. Well, it took a while to dry, but it all got dried, which was good. And then, because we were expecting rain around about, I think it was 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock yesterday, and it didn't materialise, so we didn't get any rain whatsoever. I was like, oh, okay. And then today the rain's not meant to be starting until 11 o'clock, and we've already had a couple of showers, so I'm getting the weatherman's got the days mixed up. Yeah, we've had a couple of cold snaps, and Gail from Wombat Hollow Crafts, I think that was the name of the channel now, I always get it wrong. She was saying that they had snow where she lives. It's like, yep, I need to move to New South Wales, I like snow. So yes, for those people who don't believe me, we do get snow over in Australia in certain parts. I'm a bit further down south, but we do get snow. Nighttime temperatures are just right for sleeping now. It's great. Alright, let's have a look for these questions, shall we? As I say, I haven't got many. Let me just mark off what I've done so I know where I am. Just mark this across and then I know where I definitely am. There you go. Right. It looks like I've only got 2 questions. Oh yeah, it was Mrs. Miggins who asked which one I was on the photos. Was I the one on the left? Yes. And yeah, she said, as I mentioned about the wallpaper in the kitchen, so we did get dramatic designs in the 70s. I remember the sheets and the curtains too. Yeah, we had some psychedelic bed covers and she also wants to know why Shane is digging now for vegetables when we're coming into the winter season. Shane is digging now because over here it doesn't get overly cold at winter time. The nighttime temperature does drop a little bit, but we don't really get. Well, I've never seen frost here. But most of the vegetables over here he tells you to plant out in autumn. So the ones that he's doing anyway. So that's what he's doing. Plus we've got him covered over anyway. He's got a little, well, I say little, he's got a big greenhouse now over the top of them. So they're going to keep warm anyway. But yeah, most of them say plant out autumn, late autumn, early winter. So that's why they're in the ground. I was wanting to grow out growing pumpkins and that now. It's like we haven't got the room to grow bleeding pumpkins. But he wants to grow pumpkins. So I don't know when he's going to do that one or where they're going to go. But he's growing pumpkins as well. She also wants to know if we got a bank holiday for the King's coronation. No, we did not. Yes, we are still part of the Commonwealth. So yes, we are part of the Commonwealth, but no, we didn't get an extra day off for the King's coronation. Probably because it was on a Saturday. So no, we didn't get an extra day. I'll say I didn't watch the coronation. I have taped it, but I haven't got around to watching it yet. But I saw parts on the news. And there was definitely a lot of people there, more than I expected. And there were some people who'd been camped out for a week just so they could get the best spot to see it all. It's like, really? Hardcore royalists. So yeah, Prince Louis still in the limelight again. He's going to be a cheeky little prince when he grows up. Well, he's already a cheeky little prince by the looks of it. I think he's going to be a handful. And then there was the concert thing afterwards. Now, I didn't think they were showing that over here, but they did. They showed it the day after it was on. So I've recorded that as well to see what that one's like. Yeah, they showed little clips of that on the news as well. With Lionel Richie and Katy Perry. I'm saying I'm going to watch it. I've got it taped. Whether I watch it or not is a different thing. Half the time I tape stuff, and then after a couple of months it's like, well, you've not watched it, so you might as well delete it. Because you're not going to get around to watching it. So delete it. So, we'll see. Right, so that was that one. And then the next one is from Sharon Marie. So she'd like to be a fly on the wall with mine and Shane's discussions about vegetables. Decision making. So, do you both ever go out together socially on your own? No. Unless you're just going to work, into the shops socially, then no. That's where I am. But no, it's generally, before we moved up to where we are now, then yes. Now we moved up here, no. So, not very often we go out. Mind you guys like to call it social. We go shopping. Like we'll go to the Bunnings, or which is the hardware, well, the like DIY store. We'll go there to look at the plants and stuff like that, or we'll go to the shopping centre. But only if we need to get something. But yeah, no, it's not very often. We go out social. I suppose when you're with each other day in, day out, 24 hours a day, sometimes having the break from each other is good. That hence the reason why, like, 9 out of 10, probably around about once a month, Shane will go down to his mate's house, go and have a drink, and stays there for the night, and gives me a break. We probably would do more, but because it's getting so expensive for everything at the moment, we don't go anywhere. I mean, when I first came over here on holiday, I went to a place called Crumble Wildlife Centre, which is it's like a zoo kind of thing. And I'd like to go back there to see again, to see how it's changed since last time I was there. And then there's like the glowworm caves. We have the glowworm caves over here as well. It's called Natural Ridge or something like that. I'd like to go there, and I'd like to go to Australia Zoo. So there's places where we both want to go, but we just can't afford to. The Natural Bridge one, that one's free, but it's just known when the glowworms are there, because they're only there for there's only certain times of the year where they're really good to go and see, and I don't know when there is. I'll have to find out. Plus the fact we've got the cat, so we can't really do much, because we have to be back for the cats, or at least one of us has to be here for the cats. So if we do anything, it's got to be like through the day, and then get back for night time for feeding the cats and whatever. So, but hopefully in the next, well, by the time spring gets here, we'll have a bit more money, and then we can start going out and doing stuff like that. I know we can go for like nature walks and stuff like that, but Shane's not a big nature walk person. I don't mind walking. I'm not a hiker, but I don't mind going on like these nature trails and stuff like that. I don't mind stuff like that. But Shane's not one for them. He gets bored real easy. Unless it's to do with cars. I'm surprised he hasn't actually gone to any of these car shows that are always on and around. He's not actually gone to any of those yet. Which I'm quite surprised. So that's all the questions I've got. Right, we'll do one more colour. And that will be it for this stitch with me. Ooh. And the next colour to choose is black. We've got plenty of that. And so I think half of this page is made up of black. So you've got the stripes from the tags, you've got the black in the tree, in the leaves to like here. Well, that's black. So yeah, definitely a lot of black in this one, this page. Kind of makes for a bit easier stitching, quicker stitching. Right, where are we going to start with this one? Let's start here. come home from work. When was it? Friday. Yes, come home from work Friday. I was just coming through the gate and I happened to look to my left. And there was feathers everywhere, all over the yard. And it's like, something's being killed. So I went over to have a look, see if we could discover what kind of bird was killed. The feathers were black and white, so it's like, right, so that narrows it down. It's either going to be a magpie or a butcher bird. And then a bit closer inspection, the feathers were like a greyish colour. And the tail feathers were black and white. And it's like, okay, trying to figure out which kind of bird that one was. Turns out it's a pigeon. We have a couple of pigeons around, so I don't know if it's a hawk or kestrel, whatever, that keeps flying around. Must have decided he was hungry and decided to get a pigeon the other day. So yeah, it's like, you could have cleaned up after yourself. Right mess all over the lawn with all the feathers. No carcass or anything, just the feathers. Well, speaking of birds, last night, I'm getting ready to go to bed. Shut the curtains, lock the front door and that, and then all of a sudden this bang on the, I don't know if it was on the window or on the wall. I was like, what the heck? I said to Shane, "Is there all the cats in?" Wait, yeah, they're all here. So none of them's in the bedroom or anything. Nope. Something's outside. I put the outside lights on. So I looked out of one doors, there was nothing there. I went to the front door, looked out there, I couldn't see anything, and then I just happened to spot it. An owl perched on the railing of the veranda. So it must have been after a gecko or something on the door. We went right back. And this is the second time now this owl's done this. The first time it was near the lounge room doors. And he was sat staring at me and Shane, and it took us ages to spot him. And then this time, so Shane's like, hopefully he's not going to stay there all night and, like, you know, the owls hoot. Because obviously it'd be pretty loud, being right near the bedroom. I was like, nah, I don't think he will. Last time he was only on the veranda for a couple of minutes, then he disappeared. So yeah, didn't hear any more from him, so he must have got what he was after and couldn't find anything else. But yeah, he went with a right bang up. I don't know if it was a wall or on the door, I'm not sure, but he went with a bang on it anyway. So he obviously didn't hurt himself, but whatever we were after, he must have got. Yeah, bloody thing. I don't know what the heck it was. Well, at least I know if there's any mice around, there won't be any for long. So we've got the kookaburras who come here. So we've got 3 kookaburras now, by the way. Instead of just one, we've got 3. And then we've obviously got the owl now as well. So yeah, the birds keep multiplying. While I'm finishing this off, so we'll call it a day after this strand. As I say, I don't know if I'm going to get an update video in this week. It depends what kind of stitching I get. So if I don't get another update video done, I'll still try and see if I can get another stitch with me done for next week. So hopefully you'll still get your stitch with me. So again, if you do have any questions or comments at all, then again, please feel free to drop those down below. Or you can email me, as always. The email address is dizzystitcher@gmail.com. Or I am on Instagram as dizzystitcher. You can message me on there as well. I think I definitely need to open it down to here at least, just to make it easier for making these top stitches. I think I've loaded it in wrong. Never mind. One before. One, two, three. Okay, I'm going to get more stitches done than I thought I was going to. Never mind. Didn't think I'd have got this many stitches out of this strand, but hey ho. Way more stitches than I thought. The strand's never ending. Yeah, I'll do a couple more on there. I think I'll be able to get to the end of this row, which is a good place to stop. Oops. Well, it's ideal that came out. I can change my needle ready for ending it. Oh, I think I want to make it to the end. I've got 2 stitches to go, and I don't think I'm not going to make it. I'm going to get one at least. Oh, I don't know, I might get the two. We're going to go for it, we're going to go for it. Ah, it's unthreaded. No. I'll sort that one out in a minute. Right. Let's see what we've done. So today we have stitched 207 stitches. That's not too bad for an hour and 5 minutes. So this one now is at 20.78%. So we're nearly at 21%. And I have done 151,145 stitches on it. So it's getting there. And this is page 21 out of 102 or 104. A long way to go. So, right, that's it then, guys. So again, thank you very much for watching, much appreciated. And until my next video, which may be an update video, if not, it'll be a stitch with me. Take care, stay safe, happy stitching, and thank you very much for watching. Until next time, guys, bye-bye for now.